بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. أسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يجعل نياتنا خالصة لوجهه الكريم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I pray that all of you are well, alhamdulillah. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showers countless blessings and salutations upon Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects us from all the things that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam feared for his nation. Last night, we had a very interesting discussion on the Black Imams Roundtable. And I was reflecting on that afterwards and some things that came out of it. And I cannot see well. I need to put on glasses. The sign of getting old. Subhanallah. Right. Your eyes will let you know you're not invincible. Some interesting things came out of it. And one, to me, there were multiple interesting things, but one of the most interesting things was the honesty of women, which, as an imam, and let me explain something to you. We have a tendency among us, we've made a culture of falsifying realities in the name of piety. We've made a culture among ourselves of falsifying realities in the name of piety. And I don't think that's what piety was meant to do. Right? So that I look like I'm a good Muslim, I need to avoid truth or speak truth in a way that it's not manifest. I've noticed we developed a culture like that. And I experienced it talking to people. We talk, and they never telling you the truth. They're always skating around the truth with some flowery Islamic nonsensical expression that has nothing to do with reality. And I don't think that helps us. Piety, its location is in the heart. And when it's real, it's manifest on the tongue and the limbs, right? That's what the Prophet said. He said, At-taqwa ha-huna, at-taqwa ha-huna, right? He pointed to his heart and he said, Taqwa is here. Taqwa is here. Piety is in the heart. And he sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, Ala inna fil jasadi mudgha, idha salahat salaha al jasadu kullu, wa idha fasadat fasad al jasadu kullu, ala wa hiya al qalb. He said, there is a piece of flesh in the body. When it is sound, the whole body is sound. And when it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. And verily it is the heart. And our teachers used to say, Al-qalb amirul jaysh. That the heart is the leader of the army. Meaning the army is al-jawarih, is the limbs, the organs. And the heart is its leader. So this is where piety is. So, why am I mentioning that? I've counseled, did wakil work, be a wali, be the imam, be the big brother. In too many marriage situations, I can't even count all these years, how many marriages I've been involved with. Not only that, I've been on councils with imams, sheikhs, scholars, all over the world. I've seen and dealt with and intermingled and mixed, right? So I'm pretty much, I got a grasp on this stuff, right? I've seen it, right? I'm no longer an apprentice. I'm a journeyman, right? And I've noticed that it's a common practice for sisters to sell themselves short in the name of piety and using flowery expressions, Islamic, slogans to sell themselves short. Assalamu alaikum, brother. I just want to complete half my deen. Well, sister, what do you want? I just want a righteous husband. And knowing very well that's not true. Not as you saying it. It has some truth to it. But that's just the parroting that you've learned. But your reality, not that. That's not what you want. That's a part of what you want. I didn't say, sister, what part do you want of marriage? I said, what do you want in marriage? What do you want? They remind me, sisters, and I love you. Wallahi, I love you, lillahi ta'ala. But you told me something on the round table, and I'm dealing with it. On the Black Imams round table, you told me something last night, and I'm gonna do it because I love you. How many of y'all saw? I don't act like y'all from. Maybe some of y'all not American, so maybe it don't apply to you. How many of y'all saw Eddie Murphy Raw? I know when you wasn't Dean and when you wasn't Sheikh al-Islam, right? When you wasn't the big scholar, how many of y'all saw Raw, Eddie Murphy Raw? I know, astaghfirullah, Imam was watching Raw, and so are you, right? All right. I think it was Eddie Murphy Raw, right? I think it was Eddie Murphy Raw. Remember in the line in one of his jokes. I think that was Raw. One of them, I think it was Raw, but you'll tell me which one it was. When he was talking about the kind of woman he hate, and he said, I ain't that shy, you know. you know the one you go to eat. What you want to eat? I'll have a salad. Get your salad. Y'all remember that? Sister, what you want for marriage? I have a salad. I just want to shake. Come on, man. Right? That mentality. And you know that's not what you want. You want a man that makes 6 figures a year. You said it. You said, I didn't say it. You said it. You said, I want a man that makes 6 figures a year. Every one of you said that. I didn't see no one said they want a man that makes less than 6 grand. And the only way they got under 6 figures, the only way they got under 6 figures was I want a salad, right? I want a salad. That's the only way. So said, oh, he can make 60, but I want a salad. He can make 60, sis. If he's giving you 30 grand, he can't make $60,000 a year. He can't. That's not real. It's not real. He can't. Just do the math. If he giving you said, I need a dowry for $5,000, and he need to be able to pay in the first 4 months between 5 and 10. From experience, that means 10. Because I know you just want a salad, right? So he need to pay $10,000 in the first 4 months. So that means every year he's going to pay $30,000. If he's only making 60, the government's going to tax him between 15 and 20 of that 60. Somewhere around there, right? 15, 20,000 off that 60. So he's going to be left with 45. And he is going to have to live off 15,000. Okay, that's if only he has you in your condition. And the brother, he want to be, he's the man, so he want another wife. I just might need another wife. I'm following the sunnah, right? So he got, as Issa says, he got child support. He got student loans. He may have other kids. Come on, you ain't serious, right? He need money. Why you just didn't tell him that before you even sat down with him? Because that's real. It's real. And I don't deem you to be a liar, right? So that means you're serious. And now, if you did that, maybe our men would be prepared to be men, because I don't blame you. I agree. I wouldn't give my daughter to someone who's doing less than that, even if he was a sheikh, unless I was prepared to take care of him. And I would do that if he was a good sheikh. I would say, you know what? I'm going to take care of both of y'all. Don't worry about it. You're going to be the imam in the masjid. You're going to be teaching. You're going to be doing lessons. And you're going to marry my daughter, and I got both of y'all. That's the only way I would do something like that. You're going to be tough, bro. Young brother, you're going to be Sheikh al-Islam. And guess what? I got your back. Don't worry. So I got you. I'm going to take care of that. You don't have to worry about it. Money's not your concern. That's the only way I would do that. Right? And that's my commitment. But even to do that, for me to say that, I already got to have in my mind how I'm going to get my son or my son-in-law, my daughter's husband. I got to have in my mind how I'm going to get him that 6-figure salary. Because even if I'm doing it, it's still going to be a 6-figure salary because they're going to have their own house. They're going to, right? I got to figure that out because they're going to have their own house. They're going to have children, and it's in America, and they're going to need a car. They're going to, all the stuff that comes in America. So I have to figure out how I'm going to get him that 6-figure salary or that high $80,000 and $90,000 salary a year. I got to get it because that's America. Other than that, you're going to be basically poor. I know for sure how hard it is to live under that financial earning bracket. It's difficult, and we all know it. Let's keep it real. If you're making $50,000 and under, it's hard in America. You're basically poor. And we realize that. So what should we learn from this? We should learn that among us as Muslims, American Muslims, we have to make a culture of economic development and empowerment among ourselves. Because I was listening, if I'm going to get in the marriage business, I'm going to be married and I'm going to be engaged in trying to find me a wife or a husband or a spouse, I realize in the minds of the women at least, the standard is very high to be married. And I don't blame them. I don't say lower the standards. Keep them there. We're going to make some men, right? We're going to make some win. I want to share a personal story that happened to me, right? So when I share my personal stuff, right? Because sometimes, so I hope those who may be the other end of the story, I don't mention your name, so you don't know if I'm talking about you or somebody else. So don't always say, why he's putting out my business, right? No, I didn't say your name, so I could be talking, stop patting yourself on the back, even though I am talking about you right now. Stop. Right? Let me show you women. At least the women I know. And I don't blame them, but I'm just showing you women. So me and one of my wives, we were doing some business together. So one, and I had more than one wife in my life. So you don't know who I'm talking about, right? One of them. You heard what they said, right? So you know. They said Imam Amin, that was, they said Imam Suleiman, he's the dope dealer Imam. He's selling dope and running women in Atlanta. Imam Suleiman is selling dope. That's what they said about him. Of course, it's not true, but that's what, everybody. And they asked him another crazy question. Oh, Imam, do you got a sex tape? They told the Imam Suleiman, he said, oh, I heard you got a sex tape. Selling dope and got a sex tape. That's what they said about him. They said about me, they said Imam Amin, he get all the good women in the masjid and make them his wives. If it's a pretty girl, if it's a affluent girl, she got a good job, Imam Amin is taking her. Right? So every Imam got some stuff they saying about him. They got a joke going around. Oh, and another one. Oh, and another one. Right. So Imams get beat up, I'm telling you. Right. Right. So anyway, so one of those affluent women in the masjid, of all the affluent women, the ones that I took all of them for myself, one of them, we do business deal together, right? So we do a business. I come through, nice profits, give her a return, right? Give her a return. Nice profit, nice money. Pow, here you go, sis. What do you think the first thing out of her mouth was? Let me see if you guess. She made a huge profit off her investment. What do you think the first thing out of her mouth when she got a nice big investment and return, what was the first thing out of her mouth? Where's the rest? Close, but what was the rest? What was the first thing? The first thing was out of her mouth. Tell me. Don't worry about how much the total was. It was more than that dowry, I tell you that. More than that crackhead dowry, right? Right, that's tough. What do you think the first word was out of her mouth, though? It's just a woman. It would just remember they said that these high maintenance women I married, right? You know, the top one. Oh, I see y'all women don't got the game. Y'all are messed up. She said, okay, where is my monthly money? You know, I don't know, some sisters say my maintenance, what you owe me for the month, for the bills. You got a stack of money. The first thing out of her mouth was, where's my money? I said, dang. That's a woman. And guess what? And I was, you know, I'm thinking she's going to leave me alone. I'm going to give the money, but not right now. I just broke you off. Look, where is my money? And I had in my mind, I'm going to be honest, I'm a man. All right, she can get that. I can just go ahead and do something with this for a minute and hit her later. She's like, nah. Where's my money? As if she read my mind or something. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I just broke you off. You ain't no way you're going to get all this extra money. Right? But I respect that. That's how you should be. But guess what? Because you're not going to make a bum. This was one issue. This is another issue. Don't mix them, homie. Where's my money? Right? Don't mix them, homie. Where's my money? I respect it. Right? You said we was doing business. All right, business is done. That's one thing. This has nothing to do with the business you signed up for when you married me. That's how you need to be at the marriage table. Right? That's how you need to be at the marriage table. Right? And guess what? That's the women we need to make the men we need. Too many of us have a standard and we sell ourselves short and we make bums for men. We turn our brothers into bums. And it's our fault. I'm not your mama. Yo, bro, where's my share? I'm not your mama. Where's my share? And you can say it in your pious, I want a silent voice. Oh, I'll have my monthly maintenance. I don't care how you say it, but say it. And guess what? There'll be no rush marriages. It won't be those, let's hurry up. We gotta fulfill our deen, sister. It won't be that now. You gotta fulfill that money first. So if you gotta work and save and it takes you 6 months or 1 year, then bro, get busy. Get your hustle on. Because you can't come to this table without your share. That's how you gotta be. But you're gonna make a community of men. Because many of the imams, especially in the city, in the inner city, have a complaint that there ain't no men. Because they don't even have to be a man at home, let alone in the masjid. I'm getting the milk and I don't even gotta take care of the cow. I don't gotta put it out the pasture. I don't gotta feed it no grains. I don't gotta do nothing. I just milk it. That's a figure of speech. I don't gotta take care of home. The woman gonna do it. I don't even gotta be concerned about that. She got me. She's my sugar mommy. I'm a Muslim, but she's my sugar mommy. Love. If anything, you should be her sugar daddy, not her your sugar mommy. No, seriously. And how do I know we're doing that? Because I listen to the dowries and I don't see that. Those dowries, those real numbers that all the sisters said and the money they said they need a month, I don't see them asking for that at the sit down. I don't see that. And the imams don't see that. But surely you shouldn't increase the barriers to marriage when it's already hard enough. I don't agree with that. La. I'm not going to lower the standard of my woman because you don't have taqwa. I don't mean you personally, right? Because you're worrying about, if you make it too hard, we're going to go fornicate. Ittaqillah, fear Allah. I'm not going to give you my daughter because you don't have taqwa. Because if you make it too hard, people might fornicate. If you're going to run fornicate, I don't want you marrying my daughter anyway. How about that? Right? I don't want to give my daughter to someone who's on the bridge of fornication and he can't control his desires. So I got to sell her cheap, give her some substandard living so you don't fornicate. Man, you don't get out of here. And I don't mean you, right? I don't mean you. So I think you gathered this by now, and I'm a black imam. Can't play those games with me. Man up. Man up. Let's treat these men like you treat the imam. Let's treat these men like you treat the imam. Let me tell you how you treat the imam. Not you necessarily. So when I say you, even if I answer your question, I'm speaking in general, not to you specifically, right? So if I throw you up on the screen, I'm not talking to you. I'm answering your question, talking to us, including myself, right? Y'all follow me? Everybody with me? Let me give you an example. So this is how you do the imam. I can speak of us three imams, Imam Fahim, Imam Naeem. I can speak of these and others. I don't need to put everybody's business out there, right? Because the imam's gonna stop talking to me. Yo, man, you messing up the hustle. Now there's still right stuff. Right? This is how you do the imam. Imam, I need you to be at my service whenever I call. Imam, I'm not going to do anything to make sure you have that figures that we all agree the sisters need to have a wife. So I'm not going to help you get that. But I need you to work full time for me and for the community and still go get that big figures that the sister need. You know, they need that 5 and 10,000 every 3 to 4 months. You got to go get that money. You got to take care of your family. And we're not going to give you no sadaqah, but there are going to be a bunch of people that come to sadaqah, and you better have something for them, because if you don't, you ain't a good imam, because people need, and you ain't giving it to them. And I ain't giving it to you, but you better figure it out. And guess what? When the bills of the masjid is due, you better figure that out too. And you better figure the bills in the masjid, the bills at home, you better figure out how you get money. Oh, and you better not order nothing new, because I'm thinking you stealing the money that I ain't giving. Right? That's how you treat the imam. So he got to be Superman, and he got to figure all that. He got to figure out how to pay them big money with the wife. He got to figure out how to pay the bills in the masjid. He got to figure out how to give sadaqah to people who don't have anything. He got to figure out how to have him a nice living and still look like he ain't stealing. That's something that ain't there to steal. But nevertheless, he got to make sure he ain't stealing. He got to make sure he's not selling dope, right? He got to do all that. And if anything go wrong, it's all his fault, right? So if you can do that for the imam, why don't do it for the rest of the men? The imam's a man just like the other ones. He ain't Superman. So if that's his standard, why you can't make it for him? And you ain't even asking the man to do all that, right? You're not asking the man to do all that. You're asking the imam to do all that, right? But you're not asking the husband, sisters, to do a portion of that with you. And I'm talking about doing everything else, just with you and your children. Right? This is just my scattered thoughts, right? So my thing is this. I'm not going for that. I don't have no taqwa. So therefore, lower the standard, make everyone, because you don't have no taqwa anyway. So we committing zina. Okay, you need to learn your deen and you know to fear Allah. That don't mean give you my daughter for nothing. Because guess what? Once I give you my daughter and you fulfill your nafs with her, you're going to be unjust to her because you're not a man. Now I got another problem. I just gave my daughter's honor and dignity to some guy who don't have no taqwa because I wanted him to be married so he don't commit fornication. But he ain't responsible. He's not going to take care of her. And now, I don't want to talk about that part. Right? Right? Now I'm going to be wanting to hurt him. Right? Instead of from the door making a standard and raising our children to be men, our boys to be men from the door, because we already know, listen, this is what marriage involves, my young brother. And this is a standard that we need. I had a little kid during Ramadan. I'm going to show you the difference in cultures, right? I had a little Egyptian kid. His father, and I don't think he would mind, his father is an Uber driver. He came from Egypt, brought his family. He was working in the pizza shop. Now he got an Uber, and he came to me and said, Imam, let's do business. And I'm going to do some business with him, seriously, because he's a good brother, right? And his son was coming to Taraweeh. So I was messing with us. I said, come on, lead this little son. I said, come on, lead Taraweeh. He's like maybe 7, 8, maybe 9. I don't know. He's young, right? I said, come on, lead this Taraweeh, right? Just messing with the kid, right? I said, you don't want to be a sheikh? You don't want to be the imam? He said, He's shaking his head like, no way, right? I said, you don't want to be a sheikh? Sure, why you don't want to be a sheikh? I said, what you want to be? He said, Muhandis. He said, Muhandis. And he said it like it just flowed off his tongue. I want to be Muhandis. I said, Ajib. He said, I want to be an engineer. The guy is barely talking. Maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there. Maybe first grade, second grade, I don't know. He ain't over the third grade. He said, I want to be muhandis. I want to be an engineer. I said, engineer? You should want to be a sheikh. He said, no, muhandis. He's already taught that I want to be successful. I had another kid in the back. Would you? I'm a doctor. I want to be a doctor. But your dad is an Uber driver. Your dad works at the local grocery store. Your mom's a housewife. But all their children, their minds is doctors, engineers, professionals. And here, no, I didn't block nobody's comments. I'm not that kind of guy. If you got comments, I'm missing them. There are women who do that, Qasim, Samad, and there are men who do that. There are sinner people. Everybody sins. No one's above. No, the Prophet said all of the children of Adam commit sins. They make mistakes. The best of them are those who repent. So the fact that the sister is wearing a kimar and does haram, so is the brother wearing a kufi or no kufi and do haram. So that's not even the point, right? That's not the point. She should fear Allah and so should the brothers. That's not the point. So no one ignored your comment. It doesn't have a lot of weight. So no, here's what I'm saying. You notice it's the men who keep saying, oh, we don't got to have all that money. Not the women. I want you to pay attention, right? It is the men who saying we don't need that money, not the women. Go look at the comments. You don't hear no women disagreeing with get some money. Only the men. Sisters pay attention and brothers pay attention. Go look through the comments. There's a whole bunch of them. And when I'm talking about this issue of money, the only objection you hear is from the men, not from the women. Why? Think about that. The only objection you hear is from the men, not the women. Why? Explain. It's brothers, Mr. Objection. I have an objection. Tell me why only you got the objection, but the women ain't saying no objections. Explain. Why not? Hold up. I'm getting ready to beat you up, Wally. I got 2 minutes and you getting all of it. All right, excuse me, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Black Imams Roundtable Uncut. Behind the scenes. Ninja, you told me, and this is personal, with love. This is personal. Now, this is behind the scenes. I want y'all to know how it happens when I close my door and put down the shade. And I got him in the office. Ninja, and you know what that really means, right? You told me you was a gangster. You told me you used to get money. You told me you was doing this and you doing that. Listen, punk, get yourself together and man up. That's me and you talking. You crying about taking care of the women? We got work to do. Man up. Don't give me your soft. Go get that money. And stop telling me about we can't. This too much. You're a gangster. Do it. That's us. Right? Now get the hell out of my office, punk. I'm sorry. Because that's what you would have told a dude if he was telling you on the block that the block is hard, I can't get the money. Nah, you ain't accepting that. You ain't accepting that. With love. And you know you ain't accepting that. He's in your crew, he ain't carrying his weight. Whoop him and throw him out. And guess what? It used to be like that when I was coming up in Islam, before we got to this Sunni, soft, fake piety. When we was growing up as Black Muslims, if you ain't get that bag, you wasn't considered nothing but a punk. Where I grew up, if you didn't bring that bag home, they will whoop you. Seriously. When I grew up, if you didn't bring the bag, they will whoop you. All right, that's for tomorrow. I'll explain what that meant. You can't come with no lame excuse. You a man, figure it out. You a man, figure it out. That's all right. And I'm just, because Abdul Wali, he knows gangster, so he understands. So that's not for everybody. That was just for him. Me and him, closed door behind. I just let you have the camera inside, what it would sound like. Right. That's inside the office where nobody know. That's what it sound like, but it's a little bit more hard, right? All right, I gotta go. I love y'all. All we doing is, hey, it's just a start. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Post-Fajr reflections. May Allah reward y'all. Think about that. We need men. Stop making boys. We need men. Sisters, stop making boys. Stop allowing men to be boys. And brothers, man up. Get the job done. Stop making excuses. Don't be lagging behind. The nation of Muhammad needs, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, needs men, not boys. We need to be men. Let's get busy. Assalamu